Muskrat Susie,
Muskrat Sam.
That's all that I know.
Welcome to
Everyday Macaroni.
I'm Joy Alfred Brand.
And I'm Juliette Connell, and we're the hosts of Everyday Macaroni, the podcast.
This podcast is a look at the lighter side of life, where we talk about our adventures as a modern blended family.
So sit back, relax,
and prepare to have your funny bone tickled. Hello, listeners. Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to our 2023 Valentine's Day special. And boy, do we have a treat for you today. But before we get started, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give this video a like, share, and subscribe to our channel while you're at it. That helps us create more fun content like this for you, our one and only listener. For those of you who are new here, these episodes are based on the recordings of the weekly dinners I have with my husband, Ron, his sister, Juliette, who is also a co-host of the podcast, and their 80-year-old parents, Al and Lita. On this episode, we discuss so many topics, starting with marriage, and how I almost ended up with a toothless stepmother, 7 years my junior. I can't wait for you to hear that one, believe me. We're also going to talk about fake jail, macaroni lingerie, some fancy pants for Al, and who is currently on the bottom of the totem pole. Before we get started, a word from our editor. I do want to say that some of the clips from Monday Night Family Dinner are a little more wonky than usual in terms of audio for this episode, and that is due to two things. One, the placement of the microphone, and two, the fact that some people sitting at the table tend to be a little louder than others. You know what I mean? I apologize for that. And I will say, we are continuing to work on fine-tuning the audio. It's tricky, listener. Very tricky. Finally, I added a super fun bonus clip at the end. So make sure you stay tuned to hear about Al's hat problem. It's a hoot. Not a hat, a hoot. And without further ado, let's dive into our Valentine's Day special episode, starting with Juliette's lighting problem. Oh, you turned on the swan. Turn the swan off. Because it backlights you, and it makes your face darker.
I don't know, did it?
Yes, so the swan lights you from behind and puts your face in a little bit of shadow.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, we don't want it to look like I got, shadowy mustaches and sideburns.
Oh my gosh. That is a funny joke. I'm just saying. That's like shooting fish in a barrel. Okay. So.
Yes.
All right. What's new with you?
Oh, so much. Actually, so I start my new job on Monday.
You're looking a little dressed up there.
I know. Had to go in and get a couple of things, badges and things like that all done.
Badgers?
Badgers.
No? A badge for the badger?
Badgers on my necklace.
We could talk about badgers. I mean.
Well, we could talk about badgers.
Well, I put some lips on just so you could see me a little better.
Nice.
That's
nice.
right. So,
what's new with you, Joy? Speaking about Valentine's Day, I heard you have a story of two lovers.
Star-crossed badger lovers.
That's right.
Yep. Just this close to having a toothless crack addict for a stepmother.
So who's Tracy?
Tracy the Tramp. Tracy the Tramp is a cautionary tale.
Would that be a given name? Is that
Oh, a given name. It's a name that I've given her. For sure. You know what? I love all God's creatures. I do.
Including Tracy the Tramp.
Okay.
Well,
Tracy the Tramp is
She could have been a relation.
Almost. This close to...
I was already
stepmother.
In my head fitting you for like a Walmart blue bridesmaid's dress. Maybe some yellow petals out of a basket.
Oh, listener, this was a close one. It was a close one. So those of you who've been listening for a while know that I joke about my dad being the badger, the OG badger. What's that song, Muskrat Sue and Muskrat Sam?
Yes,
there a song?
Muskrat Sally and Muskrat Sam.
Right. And there's something about, how does it go?
I think it was a Carpenter's song, wasn't it?
I don't know. In the midst
Muskrat
of this,
Susie,
Muskrat Sam.
That's all that I know.
Listener, in the midst of recording, I'm going to quick draw Google and see Muskrat Love.
Yes, Muskrat Love.
Song by Captain and Tennille.
Oh, it was a Captain and Tennille, of course.
Okay, what are the
Of
lyrics?
course.
Muskrat, candlelight. Oh, doing the town and doing it right. In the evening, it's pretty pleasing. Oh.
Yeah, and that made it on TV, right?
I don't know. Nibbling on bacon, chewing on cheese. Sam says to Susie, honey, would you please be my missus? And Susie says yes with her kisses. Then goes as they wiggle. Sue starts to giggle.
Hey, you know who that reminds me of? That little couple.
Oh, what little couple? In Dirty Dancing?
No.
Where they're stealing the wallets? No?
No. It's a cute little couple over in Lewisburg.
Oh, no. All right. So if this were Badger Love, it would be a little bit better.
Well, you know, muskrats, badgers. Mm-hmm. They're all kind of. They all live in
the pond, in the creek,
pond, in the creek,
in the holler,
out yonder.
Oh, listener. Well, we almost had. I don't know. What do you call those kind of critters? I guess we could call it a critter. We almost had a critter wedding.
Critter wedding.
Yeah.
That's true. I was thinking more, well, no, shotgun would imply something else.
Well, I mean, I don't even want to go down that road. Well, for this Valentine's Day special, we have a cautionary tale to tell. That's right. Dwight, the Badger Man, almost got took by Tracy the Tramp. It's hard to make jokes about it because it was disturbing. And the fact that I can make jokes about it is because it's over.
It helps you with the healing process.
Oh, yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. It does help with the healing process because you have to be able to make jokes about it.
You do. You got to find the humor in all this, because if not, then you're just going to sit there shaking your head. Trying to get an answer out of that. That's like me asking Caitlin, why did you put the bead up your nose to a 2-year-old? There's got to be some sort of explanation for that.
Why did you put the bead up your nose? Well,
I don't know.
Well, she only did it once, though, right?
Yeah, well, the big tongs that at the doctor they used to pull it out, I'm sure impeded the second, the second time to do that. But
well, sadly,
that's the same, as asking Dwight why he did what he did.
So the long and short of it is, my dad, Dwight the Badger Man, the OG Badger, right? He met himself a woman. She was half Dad's age and had a bit of a criminal past. Let's just say. And has been in jail a few times. And she was asked to leave my dad's friend's house. And so Dad took a shine to her and decided, I can help her. And maybe she'll want to be my wife. I heard about this woman and Dad telling me he wanted to get married on Saturday. The next morning, he didn't show up at church. And so he needed somebody to get in there and get him out of the situation and then move her on. And we moved Tracy the Tramp on. But he's an adult. He can easily go and get a marriage license and marry Tracy the Tramp. And the next thing you know, I have a toothless stepmother who's younger than me.
And who knows? I mean, maybe some brothers and sisters.
Now, what did I tell you about that? I talked to my dad about it, and I told him, I know, hear me out. I talked to my dad about it, and I said, Dad, she's a hooker. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect anyone in their chosen profession. I don't. And he said, that wasn't me. I never, in his words, hooked up with her. So, and I can believe that. I don't think there's any issue there. But you got to wonder about an 85-year-old man who's thinking about getting married.
She gets clean And here I have a young wife who can take care of me. And then I don't have to be so lonely. Yada, yada. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, those things I bet somewhere circle around in their heads.
We can have a Walmart wedding.
Walmart wedding. I'm still saying Walmart needs to look into that.
Walmart wedding chapel. It could be a possibility.
I'm you know, I'll take the proceeds. I'll take 10% of that idea. But I don't know.
Well, it just goes to show you that there's somebody for everybody.
That's right.
Oh, I don't even know how. This is making me sweat, man. I don't even know how to make jokes about it. I really don't. She was taking advantage of him, and they were 4 days into living together.
4 days of living together. He had already gone to Walmart to buy her stuff.
To buy her trousseau. Where will the wedding supper be? Uh-huh.
La 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 la.
Uh-huh. Where will the wedding supper be? Uh-huh. Froggy went a-courting, he did right. Uh-huh. That's all I can think of in my head.
Oh my gosh.
Muskrat Sue and Muskrat Sam.
Yep. Yep.
So
the Captain and Tennille, we can get them to sing that at the wedding.
Yes. At Walmart, at the Walmart wedding chapel. I'm sure
right.
that is a viable business opportunity, Walmart.
I really think so.
Need to do it.
Just call me.
Call me. Oh my God. And
Wait a minute. I think I was doing what Tracy the Tramp was doing. Hold on a second. Let's not misconstrue that.
Well, they can call the Macaroni Fun Phone. Anybody can call the Macaroni Fun Phone.
There you go.
Now, are you going to get an amorous encounter in exchange for some type of pharmaceutical? You will not.
No.
Which, based on the criminal record she had, which you could run laps around, I can only assume that was her chosen profession. So, after just being released from jail, I'm just saying, she decided, here's my next opportunity.
My next victim. I mean, opportunity.
No. I don't know. For her, he was a catch, I guess.
Oh, I see. I see. Just close your eyes and picture the phone call after 4 days, her dad living with this lady, and he calls Joy
Saturday
and says,
morning.
Hey, Joy, I got some news. I'm getting married. She was like, wait, what? Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Saturday morning, he called me, Joy, I'm getting married. And I had to be like, what? Yeah. I met somebody and I'm getting married. And I found out that they had spent the night before in a hotel on a major highway here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
Oh, hotel. I was thinking what you're thinking, believe me. I was thinking what you're thinking. But no, him being a respectable man. No.
He...
They broke down on the road, didn't they?
Well, no. Somehow she enticed him out onto an adventure. And when they were out, she somehow convinced him that he was having car trouble. And so they checked into a hotel. And that's when she was able to get his phone and start making, I can't tell you how many calls. And so at 4 o'clock in the morning, she's out gallivanting with my dad's car with some random guy. And my dad is sitting there in a hotel room. You can't make this stuff up. And so dad starts calling and saying, hey, I'm in this hotel room. My car is gone. My fiance has taken it. And I don't know what's going on. So at that point, we all started rallying and sorting the situation out. But just those few days were enough for her to convince him that he was marriage material. I mean, he's got a lot to offer a woman, especially one who's younger than me. But I have way more teeth. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Well, it's all over. Ended well. So much for love.
Luckily, it did end well. And again, that's why we can make jokes about it, because it ended well.
Yeah.
So, in a way, it is kind of funny.
Well, yeah. I mean, the situation is just incredible. And I think that that's what makes it funny. It's not what truly is happening, but the circumstances all around it. And for lack of a better word, like the idiocy to all this on so many levels. It's just...
You can't.
You can't make it up. But,
The idiocy.
Right? I don't even know if that's a real word.
Yes.
Is it? So,
well, in this context, it is.
It kind of shows you what people will do. I mean, he's an older guy. He's not doing anything. And he's like, ooh, here's my chance to help somebody.
But really what happened is he almost ended up with a ball and chain.
Well, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
a ball and chain and no savings account.
Well, right. Mm-hmm.
And a whole bunch of new friends.
Oh, a whole bunch of new friends.
That's right.
Yes, new friends who are happy to liberate your phone and your wallet and your car keys from you.
Well, I was going to say who are really happy all the time.
Oh, yeah. Until those few minutes when they're not.
And for some reason, strangely hungry all the time.
I don't know. I think certain pharmaceuticals, shall we say, can suppress your appetite and cause you to lose teeth. I'm just saying.
You got those too. Mm-hmm.
But he almost did end up with a ball and chain. And we had a funny conversation about that at Monday night dinner. Do you remember?
Did we?
You don't remember that?
It's like selective memory lately.
Say that again.
It's like selective memory lately for me.
Oh, lately. I thought you said memorally.
Yes,
and I was thinking another new word. New words. Now, there's so many ways to go about segueing into this next clip. We're talking about Tracy the Tramp and her obvious criminal record. She's definitely served some pretty significant jail time, but not in fake jail.
I think I sort of remember this.
Do you sort of remember this, Juliet?
I do. Fake jail.
Do you?
Sparks a little bit of a memory.
Listener, one really funny thing about Monday Night Family dinners is I often get the pedestrian view of things, including the pedestrian view of the law. And so...
That's right. The law.
And so... we had a big conversation about fake jail. And I give you Exhibit A. Juliet and I discussing fake jail versus real jail. You got to hear it. Here you go. You're welcome.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Unless they do what's it called? The fake jail. Like that lawyers get.
What?
90 days served. Boom.
What?
Lawyers get fake jail?
They did.
Not to my knowledge.
Explain that, Joy. What's fake jail?
I don't know what kind
like
of
fake
kangaroo
news?
thing is going on here.
What is this?
You know that jail, like when
The fake one.
when the judges will say,
You mean
"Hey,
like-
you're in contempt."
You mean like
And-
Judge Judy?
No, there is no.
That's
There is
real
no
court,
lawyers
actually,
over there.
right?
Yes, it's small claims. See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure.
Don't they say?
Mr. Simpson.
Good one.
You got him.
Wow.
Oh, I killed a bug.
Look at you.
That was
Don't
me
mess with
wielding the long arm of the
Joy.
law.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
And you're closest to her, so don't mess with her.
I don't know what fake jail you're talking about. I don't know anything
I thought
about
there
that.
was like jail that the judges will be like, "You're me off. 90 days served. You just got 90
No.
days." Like
No.
you're in fake jail, and
No.
now
It's always
on your record. That you could got.
Well, a judge can hold you in contempt and put you in the holding cell.
I was gonna say
But
fake jail.
You can be jailed for contempt. There's no fake jail.
Yeah, but not with like normal people. You're just by yourself.
I mean, what? No. No. There's no such thing.
No, they put you a fine, I guess.
Yeah, I thought
And
that's
if
what it
you
was.
can
I
clear-
thought like
No, they put you in the
Well-
corner of the room, and they put a cap on you.
Like a dunce cap. It's always entertaining to get the pedestrian view of the law.
Joy, you understand. She made a pact. She can't talk about fake jail. So she's pretending there's no such thing as fake jail.
No such thing as fake
Stop
jail.
pressuring her.
I'm pressuring her.
Okay, wait, not for nothing, but I do think we should ask Tracy the Tramp if there is such a thing as fake jail.
As fake jail. She might know.
I know. But look, my favorite part of this whole conversation is coming up. Wait till you hear what your dad says. And I'm sure you remember, but you don't remember. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. You got to hear it. I mean, there's civil contempt where you pay a fine, basically. There's criminal contempt where you're actually put in a jail and a jail cell. And you're put in whatever jail cell is handy. You don't get your own jail cell. And then
the Stewart jail.
So, okay, there are different levels of prison. She went to prison.
Yeah. She was a fellow.
What's the difference between prison and jail?
So prison is at the state or federal level. Jail is at the county level.
Oh, so you can serve time in a county jail?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Most people.
Just ask Tracy the Tramp.
It depends.
Did you
So
watch the Andy Griffin show?
if it's
Yeah, but they never went anywhere.
That's the jail.
Yeah, and they put you in the gang chain.
And only the drunk guy in
Did you hear it?
and the gang chains. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, that was my favorite part. Okay, wait,
The
one more
gang
time.
chain.
You got to hear it again. Okay.
Did
Depends.
you
So
watch the Andy Griffin show?
if it's
I love it.
Yeah, but they never went anywhere.
That's the jail.
Yeah, and they put you in the gang chain.
And only the drunk guy in
to clean the...
what?
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 I know, we finally got it.
They
We're like,
put
wait,
you
what?
in the what?
Yeah,
right?
in the chain gang.
Oh, okay. I see.
And they make you run.
No,
They make you run.
No,
No,
they
they
make
have
you
you
clean.
gives you the
and
run.
those things.
They have you clean the street.
Okay,
Why do we
now
do
wait.
that?
Before we go on, because this conversation is about to get really good, and I think it's appropriate for Valentine's Day. I really do. I think it's appropriate for Valentine's Day. I do. Because we are about to talk about...
Love is like jail. Is that
Kind
what
of.
we're saying?
Kind of. Okay.
You're locked in.
Indeed you are. Okay, here we go. Prepare yourself, listener. It's about to get good. Okay, here you go.
Put you a ball like this, so
A ball and chain.
you cannot run.
A ball.
Yeah?
Ay, pobrecito.
And you know how you
Pobrecito.
escape? You put that ball in a cannon, and then you shoot the cannon.
There you go.
And there goes Lita flying.
Well, it is called a ball and chain. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Oh, do you understand that?
Wait a
That's
minute.
a big insult.
No.
Holy cow.
You have...
I wouldn't
What?
even say that.
Right.
Look,
He's got standards now, all of a sudden.
She said you're a ball and chain.
Because I'm his wife.
Ouch. Oof.
Wow. You can feel the love in the room, man.
That's so good.
No.
All right, so you got the ball and chain. I mean, you got the ball and chain joke. That was so funny. And your dad, he went quiet.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
He needs to tread lightly in certain conversations.
He gets to the end of that conversation. He's not saying anything about the ball and chain.
And I was like, ooh.
But it continues. It continues to get better, listener. So we kind of jump back and forth from a couple of topics here and there, right? But of course, you kind of heard there at the end where somebody is teasing your mother about, oh, Ron's going to put her in jail or something. Did you hear that?
They're going to put her in jail?
Well, there's some kind of joke in there, and it's kind of buried in all of the conversation.
Gotcha.
But there's a little joke about, oh, Ron's going to put your mother in jail. And here's what your mother has to say. Wow. You can feel the love in the room, man.
No. He won't do that to me. He's my angel.
We are talking about Ron, right?
Yeah.
No, I think she's talking Santini.
No, he's a saint, not an angel.
He's a saint.
There's a difference.
Yes, you're the fallen angel.
And we have
That's
him.
what you are. The
We have him
fallen
a picture
angel.
of him in his outfit.
It's so funny to me that your mother's saying, oh, Ron, he would never put me in jail or give me a ball and chain. Actually, that's a wife thing, which makes that whole conversation kind of creepy, but whatever. But what's funny is he's my little angel. Oh, he's this, he's that. And the whole evening, so a few weeks back, actually maybe a couple of months, your mother asked you and I to look into getting her some corsets, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I got to be careful talking about this because it could sound really bad. The whole corset thing is because Lita.
That's right.
She's very particular about how her name is pronounced. The whole corset thing comes from Lita. She broke her back like in 2004. And so she has back trouble. And so she, for the longest time, has been wearing something she calls...
Like a constrictive kind of...
Well, she calls it a corset.
Right.
Right? And it's a thing with straps. And it comes down around your midsection. And it's designed to hold your back. It like holds you.
And it really is, I mean, like a corset, but not something you'd find over at Victoria's Secret.
No. And so this started when Ron and I got there, right? And I know we're talking about, technically, I guess it could be considered lingerie. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean this is Valentine's Day.
But
can you feel the love?
I know. No, you don't want these corsets.
No, you don't. So they're very institutional looking, I should say. But so she tells me, hey, can you find one online? And so I looked, and she told me, order a large, right? And so I ordered her the large, but I also ordered an extra large because I know your mother, she's a little on the round side, right? I give them to her. She tries the large on, and it's not even close to fitting.
Oh, really?
Right. So she's probably more like a 2X or a 3X. So if there's any listener out there who can hook us up with like basically a girdle with straps.
Right.
There's got to be a lot of jokes in there. But anyway, if there's any listener who can give us a connection for that, then she's probably like a 2X or a 3X, I would say.
I guess in that realm, because, in normal clothes, she's a large.
No, she's much larger than a large.
No, she's about a large.
Yes, she is. And let me tell you why. Because for Christmas, I got her a vest. And I got her a large. I had to take it back not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Really?
To get a size that would fit her. So she is definitely much bigger than a large. So I got her the large to assuage her, basically. And so here I am dealing with all the stuff with Dad, right? Last week, I'm in the car racing somewhere to deal with Dad. And I get a call from her. I'm driving, and she calls. And in my mind, I'm saying to myself, she's calling to tell me that corset doesn't fit. And sure enough, Joy. Oh, hello, it's Lita. Hello, I'm calling to tell you that the corsets you got me, they don't fit. It is like 4 inches too small.
Oh, God.
Now, can I return them? And I said, you know what? Just put them in the bag. They came in. I'll see about returning them or whatever. Well, it turns out I can't return them. They came from Hong Kong. Trying to return them is going to be almost as expensive as just buying them the first time. So I now have 2 corsets, a large and extra large. And they can go with, maybe we can make them a gift to go along with the underwear. Okay. We'll talk more about the underwear later. But we talk a lot about underwear on this podcast. I don't know why. And none of our own. It's always...
I know. It's always someone else's.
So Ron and I get to their house on Monday. And we get there a little while before you. And I'm in there trying to fix your dad's computer. So I'm over there. And I'm in the corner where the computer and the printer is. And so she literally has me cornered. And she starts talking to me about the corsets when I'm trying to fix the technology stuff going on. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just roll the clip.
The corsets that she got me, they're made in, I think she's Hong Kong.
They're from Hong Kong. So to return them, I don't think I can return them.
Yeah, okay. So you have to give me how much is the cost and I'll pay you.
Okay.
And then let's see.
She said you're a triple XL.
But I was...
Okay, so a couple things are happening here.
Uh-oh.
Right. First of all, that noise you hear is me. I have the microphone sitting on the desk in front of me. I'm doing something on the computer, so that's me hitting like the space bar or something. And then the second thing is she hasn't heard Ron make the joke about her being a 3XL or whatever it was, right? She hasn't heard it yet, but she's about to.
Who said that?
Hey. No. Okay. So she hears him say it. She kind of catches it on the end. Mm-hmm. And then I look at him and I give him the stink eye because I don't know. Hey, I don't want to upset her at the beginning of the night, right?
Right.
You know, I was. Who said that?
Hey. No.
The two sizes she got you were large and extra large.
Yeah.
No, they were medium and large.
No, one was large and the other one was extra large.
Oh yeah, one was large and the other one extra large.
So we're going to have to get you a double X.
But you know what?
So it looks like he's getting skinnier and you're getting fatter.
Run.
I'm getting back he's losing. I'm
It's coming.
You know what? I was talking to Erin yesterday, and I told her about the things that you ordered me, and I say, I tried the large. Is the one that I tried, at least. And it's still, Joy, it's a piece here, like that. Nothing.
And you want for bigger people.
Again.
She's saying it doesn't mean she can't close it.
And you know what Erin says? She says, I don't know what is there with this, but now they're making the sizes smaller. So I said, oh good, at least I now feel better. Because
Good job,
I
Erin.
thought,
Right?
I never, in all these years, they were always medium. All right. Naturally, when you change company, some are maybe higher than others, you know, but large. And I'm saying I don't fit. So, I know you're busy with that.
Yeah.
But
Okay, go ahead.
then tell me. What can I do? Oh, you know what I was thinking?
What's that?
Maybe instead of the corset, maybe just a girdle.
I don't know. This is not my area of expertise.
No, I know. Thank God you don't need any of
That's
that. With me, it's been since I had a big operation. That's what they done.
I know you can get like a back brace and like a...
But I've been seeing in magazines and all that, and they're like more for people that has to be left.
No.
Lifting
They make them
things.
for,
Heavy people.
women. Jeez. I don't know. I'll have to look around some more. Let me work
I'm
on
gonna
this.
kill my son.
Yeah, go get him. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to kill my son. Okay, so...
I'm going to wrap him in a girdle.
Right? All right, so that's the first time. Now, this keeps going throughout the whole evening because for part of it, we're all sitting at the table.
Right.
And you are even in on the conversation a little bit. It starts when we're talking about dessert, right?
Okay.
Because, as usual, one of the themes that always runs through all of the dinners is what your dad's eating, right? Because he's diabetic.
Right.
So he's got to be careful about what he eats.
Right.
Right? And so on this particular occasion, we have, as usual, a couple of desserts.
Right.
Right? It's not uncommon for there to be 2 or 3 desserts on the table at Monday Night Family Dinner. Now, keep in mind, there are 2 different things going on here, right? One of them is there's jokes about the desserts. And then another thread going on is we're talking about Lita and her corsets, right?
They have to give you a pre-admission. They have to give you a meeting.
I'll give Papa.
That's what you don't have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's what I'm going to ask for.
All right, so you can hear your dad talking about he's getting ready to go have a procedure. And in
Right.
the background, your mom is starting to serve the pie, right?
Right.
No, he
It's
should
not
not.
small.
No, he should not have that.
Okay.
Get him one of the muffins.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. There's your nice empty plate. You want half of that?
And what was your sugar at right now?
Oh, I don't know. I got the.
Well, damn it. If you go and check it, if it's a tiny bit low, then you can have a piece of pie.
Still get nothing.
Ron's like, no.
He's the warden. He's the pie
I'll tell you what
place.
it tastes like.
Wow.
Ah, that looks good.
It is. It's very
It's
good.
sugar-free muffins.
All right. So, so what happens is somebody serves you a big plate of pie.
Right. My mom like rips the pie open. It's like one of those.
It's like a dog's breakfast. She dumps it out on the plate.
It's one of those Mrs. Edwards. I don't know. It's some
type
kind
of cream pie.
Cream pie. And my dad's like, ooh, and Ron's like, no. And I'm like, well, maybe if his sugar levels are low, still no. Here, have one of these brown sugar-free muffins.
Right.
And my dad's face is like, oh. It's kind of like a kid. You know, you're like, ooh, do you want the pie or the plate of broccoli? And he's like, oh.
Your dad, who loves dessert.
Uh-huh.
And so your joke is, oh, don't worry, I'll tell you what it tastes like.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, that's okay. I'll tell you what it tastes like.
Here's that sugar-covered knife that I'm going to turn in your gut. Right? And then Ron pulls out the big Tupperware container, or as your mother calls it, Tupware. The big Tupperware container of sugar-free muffins. And you're like, that's when you're joking about the muffins. Okay, so here, the muffins are out on the table, right? The pie has been served, and the good part is about to come up.
What kind are they?
They're his
Carrot
usual,
cake.
like,
Carrots
spiced muffin, whatever.
It's a carrot cake, but it's a muffin.
and pineapple, didn't you say?
It'll remind you of Christmas.
It's like a carrot cake, but not.
Did I give you diarrhea though?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, man.
He says the craziest things. I think they got a little moist inside that container. The Tupperware.
Right, leave the lid off of it.
Because it was in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Dog wet the basket.
They're good.
I know.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And I'm going to sacrifice myself and not eat one of your muffins.
If you want, we trade.
No.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to trade?
You're not allowed to have this. This is bad for him.
I know.
Especially after having the pasta.
Now, you have to listen close.
The
And
pasta
the-
already.
And the bread. So.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get any bread.
See, if you wanted cake, you should have just eaten
Oh,
salad.
you didn't have any bread? Then you could have had some pie. Oh well.
Wow. This is a cold crowd. A rough room.
Actually, for me, this is way, way too sweet.
See.
But all y'all are going to continue eating it. All y'all.
I can't
What do you
waste
do?
it.
Throw it away?
Yeah. And you too.
See?
See.
Yeah, you're getting close.
Yeah, you're
You're
getting.
pre-diabetic.
Oh yeah?
Pretty soon you're going to be having those muffins.
She's pre-diabetic?
Aren't you?
Oh.
She's like, nope.
No.
I thought you were going to say fat.
Hey.
But yeah. A large size that I have never used.
No, extra large.
No, the one that I tried was large.
No, it was extra
And it
large.
was bad enough.
Well, yeah, I ordered you a large and an extra large.
Yeah.
You try both of them on?
No. I only tried the large.
Why did you try the extra large then? Maybe that fit you.
No.
Is that I thought it was
No, because the
medium
large-
and large.
It's
too
too large
long.
here. When she sit down, this part, it gets
Why don't you get the
across
scissors
middle.
and cut it?
What's funny is how he laughs. When she sits down, it cuts her off.
So maybe she should try the extra large and that would fit.
No, the bad thing
Hey,
is
it's too long.
that it's not fabric.
It's rubber. It's like
Yeah,
latex.
Yeah. I imagine you're gonna sweat a lot with it.
No, I don't.
That's all right. It'll slip right off when at the end of the day. You just got some, it's wet on the inside.
Something good about that. You sweat like crazy. You lose weight.
We're at a point where now Ron again has called her fat, right? Okay, yet again. And she seems to be okay with it. She's rolling. It's fine. She's not upset. She's not mad. Because here, Ron is her little angel.
That's
right. Mm-hmm. It's so funny. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing like I am, but I know it's about to come. Well, here is the tail end of the corset conversation where he kind of throws you under the bus a little bit. And I'll let you hear what she has to say about it.
No, I look for a
Custom made.
Yeah.
You get a tape measure, Julia will measure you.
It seems like they don't have.
Write down the measurements.
I don't ask Julia for nothing. I asked her to write the book.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't do it.
And she didn't do it after months and months. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed.
Ashamed that I got no time.
If it wasn't for Joy, I would have been stuck in mud.
Stuck in mud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to go someplace.
You think she would know better? She's a mom too.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know?
Turn the knife.
You really are going to get whacked in the head with something.
Se dice en español. Hija eres, madre serás. Según lo hagas, así lo tendrás.
That is very true.
I don't know.
You don't even know what that meant.
You got to translate, Juliet. What'd she say?
That what you do will come back to you, essentially.
Essentially, that's what it is.
Wow.
So expect that your girls are going to do the same thing to you. You're not going to be happy.
That's
goes
okay.
around,
I just won't write
comes
my
around.
memoirs down on a piece of paper.
Wow.
I'll write them in English.
You better start writing them now.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll see.
You know what you do? You
Wait,
talk
that's
out
my favorite
loud,
part.
and he can.
Wait, this is my favorite part coming up, right? Because she's telling you, what goes around comes around, right? So you're going to get yours, basically, is what she's saying, right? And the thing that's very poignant about all of this is that the whole afternoon, the whole evening, Ron's been telling her, you're fat.
I know. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right. He says, you're fat.
You're wearing extra large.
Yeah.
Right. Here it is.
Yeah. We'll see.
You know what you do? You talk.
You'll see.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but nobody is immune because as the evening progresses, she starts talking about the dog and how the dog treats the three of us differently. And I know the path she's going down because that dog irritates me, okay? And I'm a dog lover. People out there don't send in any, vicious emails about how I'm not a dog lover or how I don't, whatever. I do. I love dogs, but that dog I find irritating.
Really?
Yes, it irritates me. I don't blame the dog. I blame the owner. That dog has been pampered to such a point where it has zero training. Zero. And so I can be wearing whatever and the dog will be jumping on me and has it won't stay down, right? I just get a little irritated. And so I'm not always as happy to see the dog as everybody else, right? Oh, there's Ron. Oh, Ron and the dog. Oh, the dog. And she loves that dog. Loves that dog, right? And listen to what she says about the three of us and the dog. But anyway, okay. So here comes to the part where she's about to come after me a little bit in her own way.
You better get a lot of paper. And I don't recommend a pencil. I recommend a pen, so the ink will keep flowing. And you better write fast.
Oh, yeah,
Really
that's
fast. Too bad Santi, the only one who loves you, can't do it.
Wow.
His little paws, he can't do it. He's got little paws. He can't write. He could if he had hands.
And my mom.
He's smart enough.
Oh, yeah.
That's
He is
See?
very smart.
He is.
Santini is very smart.
Oh,
It's different the
Oh,
way.
wait,
the
Santini,
way he
Yeah, he
not
wasn't
Ron.
going. She wasn't
No,
going to do it.
right? So, okay.
You hear my dad. Oh, yeah, Santini.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
He's smart enough,
Oh, yeah.
right?
He is
See?
very smart. Santini is very smart.
Oh,
It's different the way he
Yeah, she wasn't talking about Julia.
And then he throws me in there.
thought it was him.
you heard he went, oh, Santini. Almost like,
That was
that makes
me a
sense.
compliment. Oh no, it's
Like,
the dog.
oh, I get it, yeah, Santini, he could.
Oh yeah, you were talking about him.
Hands.
Yeah, he has the smaller hands, not
With
me.
the little paws.
It's him.
They can't grab the pencil. He tried.
It couldn't be you or your dad, right?
Oh my goodness.
He's very smart.
I know.
Do you realize he treats the three of you differently?
Oh, I know. Just like you two.
You know, she's talking about me, you, and Ron.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because she knows that I'm like, get away from me, because he jumps on me. And Ron will get down on the floor and he'll be playing with the dog or whatever. And of course, in her mind, she ties all this together in some kind of weird, oh, see, the dog knows which one loves me more.
Well, yeah.
Right.
You forgot your pill there.
Thank you.
Well, she finally
I'm
did,
going to live forever.
she finally did something for you.
Finally. Thank you, Juliet.
What an idiot.
Such a good girl.
Enjoy it. It won't last long.
No, I won't last long.
yeah, that's for sure.
You're like,
It doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. But I do think it's so funny that here's Ron hassling her all night.
All night. And he gets nothing.
Right. And who's the one that gets busted? Me. You.
Right? And here I am helping her with her pill. Oh, you're so cool. Thank you so much. It's not going to last. And even my dad at the end of the table, he goes, nope. Like, been there, done that. And you're like,
What?
how'd I get lumped in with you?
Because like father, like daughter.
That's right. That's right. You're just like him. Well, that's good.
That's a real love letter to your family. Yeah. You're a jerk, and you're a jerk, and you're a jerk. You're all jerks. I love you. I love you.
I love you. I hate you.
I hate you. I
you.
love you. I hate you. I love you. No, I love my kids. They're so good.
I know.
I love my kids. But
Yep.
the only other thing I would point out from this Monday night family dinner, and I think it's appropriate because it's Valentine's Day, and that is the same way she kind of puts you at the bottom of the totem pole. The only person who's below you, I would say, is your dad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before. Now, you think you guys are neck and neck.
Me and my dad? Yeah.
You're like tied.
Every once in a while, I fall below, but usually my dad's, in the rear.
For sure. It's usually his night in the barrel, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But you guys are consistently like the doormats, right? You guys are.
At least we're consistent, Joy.
Right. No, I'm saying it's pretty consistent that she's like, yeah, you guys are
Yeah. We are lacking.
right in some way, shape, or form. Well,
What was that quote in A Knight's Tale?
you have been weighed, you
and
have
been
measured, and you have been found wanting. That's right.
That's the two of us. We're all sitting there
Right.
on the bottom looking up. We're like, okay.
There's been a few times where she's been like, pretty rough on your dad. So, I do want to say that while she is pretty consistent in her ranking of every family member, and I have to say, I'm in the top quarter. I'm just saying. I'm in the top quarter. You heard her? In the last 6 months, she has said, A, she would be stuck in the mud if it weren't for me. And B, if she ever changed her will, she would give everything to me.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But clearly, she is usually pretty hard on Al. Not tonight, though. On this particular clip, she's actually pretty magnanimous.
Well, there you go. Because it's
So-
getting close to his birthday / Valentine's Day.
I think that's his gift, this one little clip. All right, let's end on a high note. Here's what she
Okay.
has to say. Okay.
And Ken, he always treat us so good also, to all of us. He deserves, just like Papa, look how he is treating us.
Oh.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Something's happening.
Thank you.
It's like
No,
it's like the orbits have shifted.
No, it's the medicine.
Right? I mean,
We're all
instantly
looking,
everybody's like, what's going on?
I know. We're all looking at my dad like, did you just do something?
What's happening?
How have the planets aligned?
There's a disturbance in the force. I don't know what's
Wait,
happening.
Did she just say something good about you?
There's some kind of Jedi mind trickery going on here. I don't know what's going on. And even Ron's like, I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
No, I didn't drink any wine.
No, it's the medicine.
No, we are very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. Everybody gets along beautiful, and we all doing the best that we can for each other.
So, there you have it, listener. Once in a while, she comes up with something where it's earth-shattering because no one was expecting that. We're all like, what's happening?
You're like looking like what was that plant in Feed Me Seymour? Feed me. Like you're expecting
Audrey?
Audrey's behind my dad, and all of a sudden, yeah, you were really nice. Thank you. Like, what's going on?
And even your dad, I sensed that he was like, uh-oh.
I know. What's this mean?
It's like you're going to kiss me before you slap me, you know?
Yeah. You've come a long way. You figure, here's your dad and his muskrat love. And then last year's Valentine Day special was my mother pouring oil all over my dad's gift.
No, this again, I really don't think you pay attention to what's going on with the podcast. I think you show up and we talk and then you leave and forget about it. That is not last year's Valentine's Day special.
What was it?
That was actually episode number 4.
Yeah, I know, but I thought we brought it up for Valentine's Day because that was a Valentine's Day gift, wasn't it? Wasn't that a gift for her?
I don't know. I really don't want to know. This is like episode 2 of the series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, that is true.
You know?
Yeah.
This is like I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that. But that was not our Valentine's Day special last year.
Dang. Well, we'll have to look back and see what it was because I was going to say, this was interesting.
Clearly, listener, I have to do all the work.
She does. She actually does all the work.
Say that again.
She clearly does all of the work. She really does.
Okay.
I sit back and then she tells me to talk, so I talk.
That's true.
It is. It's so
That's true. Okay, so last year's
Go ahead, give it to me.
wait a minute, relax. Last year, we actually didn't do a Valentine's Day special.
What?
We didn't. Last year was I Make Funny. Our
my dad's I Make Funny.
February 1st was Vegetable Pie.
Vegetable pie.
And February 15th was I Make Funny.
Gotcha.
Which, your dad's birthday is coming up.
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, I've got to go on Amazon and click buy because I put some pants in there for him. But they're not just ordinary pants.
Oh, no. Let's hear about the pants.
Yeah, so the pants are really nice on the outside. They look like a little bit like a nice cargo, but on the inside they're fleece. Yes. And he, now that he's lost all this weight, is always cold. Mm-hmm. He's always wearing a hat, or he's always wearing a long sleeve t-shirt and a sweatshirt. And then the house is usually like 80 degrees.
Yeah, well, it's been warm over there for years.
Yeah.
Older people, their circulation is not as good and they get cold. Mm-hmm. But especially your dad, he's had some heart issues. So I think that between that and being diabetic, he gets cold. easily. And he is very, very thin now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And it's funny because he wears like modern, hipster kind of clothes. So he looks like a hipster until you get like right to his chin.
I know.
Then he's like...
And he was sporting some weird haircut the other day, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
That was the talk of Monday night dinner.
Well, actually, I have a clip about that. Let's roll the clip about all of us talking about his haircut.
So, who cut your hair?
So it just didn't grow back on the sides, is that it?
Or did you cut his hair and
It's
forget
there.
to
Did
cut
you
it
cut
back?
his hairs on the side?
No, I cut it myself what I can see.
Oh.
Oh.
Here,
You
I
have a tail in the
still
back.
have
You have a
Well,
tail.
it makes sense.
the
You can't
wounds.
see that.
Wait, so the hair on the side of your head is just as thick as in the back?
Okay, so wait a minute. All right, so did you hear that? Okay, so what's happening is, so Al is cutting his own hair,
Right.
and he's clipping it really, really, really short on the sides.
Like he's, like there's no hair. Like when he shaves the hair, it's like
Right.
shaved.
And also it's white. So what little hair he does have, you can't see it, right?
Right.
And then there's like
There's a mohawk on the back of
Right.
his head. So imagine an older guy that only has the ring, from one ear directly to the other ear. There's always that long patch of hair, right? That's so he's cutting here and he's cutting here, but he can't see back there, so he's leaving it alone. And that was my question. I was like, did your hair not grow back when you had chemo on his head? Because he had some very specific chemo,
well, he
right?
didn't have chemo.
Or he had radiation, wasn't it?
Right. He had radiation, and he had some spots removed.
Right. And then he has spots removed and whatnot. So I thought, maybe when you're looking at him from the front, you just don't see hair at all anymore. And I thought, well, maybe it just never came back, right? So I'm trying to figure out, so Dad, what happened on the rest of your head that you have no hair, but in the back? He's got what looks like a mohawk because he only goes back so far.
Right, like a wedge.
To cut his hair. So it's like, there's no hair. There's hair here because I can't see it. And it's pretty thick and it's not long, but it's long for a short haircut. So that's all I was asking. I said, did your hair ever grow back on the sides after chemo or after radiation? And then, of course, Ron's like, so are you cutting your own hair or whatever it was that he said?
So this happens all the time. Like we'll be having a conversation and then there's a secondary conversation going on at the same time.
Right.
So you are talking to your dad about his haircut.
Right.
And your mother and Ron are having a conversation about it on the other end of the table.
Right.
And Ron makes a comment to your mother that makes her just crack up.
What was
and you have
that?
to
I
listen
didn't hear
close.
it.
Okay, here.
Okay.
I'm going to play it again. All right, here.
Well, it makes sense.
the
You can't
wounds.
see that.
Wait, so the hair on the side of your head is just as thick as in the back?
So you heard that, right? So, I want to make sure we heard the same thing. What did you hear?
I don't know. My dad went to say something. He's like, he almost sounded like Ralphie's dad, That's some freaking. He's just like, what is that? Because Ron cut him off. And he was like, I don't know what that
He's
was.
like, I can't see back there. And Ron goes, well, that makes sense. You can't see back there. I've got those things on my head and I can't see back there. And there's somewhere in there, somebody says he's got a tail. I think that was you, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's keep going. Your mother is cracking up. I mean, cracking up.
And Dad was like, oh boy. I mean, he said he just cut it. He cut it.
Yeah. I cut it myself.
Yeah, I know.
I cut it myself.
I cannot cut the back.
Yeah, I know. But what I was
Because you
saying
can't
is,
see it.
right?
No.
But the back, right? You have like a mohawk back there. The back, is it just as thick as the pieces that are over here too? You have the same amount of hair
Are you
But I
blind?
don't have,
No!
He said yes.
what I don't have, nothing is in this.
Yeah, I know, but you haven't had anything there in
That's it.
forever. Oh, so why are you cutting it so short on the sides?
Because I want to have all.
He wants
Oh,
a cut.
okay. So why aren't you cutting the back?
Because he didn't ask me.
No.
So instead, you want him to
I'm
walk around with a
saying
stripe
the
in the back.
back you cannot because it still have.
Quiere
pieces
mucho de
of-
todo eso.
Yeah, but not back here, though.
No.
You have a big chunk of
Yeah,
hair.
here, yeah.
Yeah, you
Back
can't let him
here,
go
yeah.
out in public like that.
No.
Why do you let
It's
him go out in
nice,
public
though,
like
because you can sit there and watch TV and just pet it.
Like a
It's
cat.
like having a little kitten in the back.
Oh my god. So yeah, so that. Oh, there's still more to go. Oh my god.
Not now.
Wait, we gotta back that up. Wait.
Not now.
Oh god.
Ah, that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Because,
So that was the only thing I was trying to figure out. I was asking him because when you look at him straight in the face, he no longer has hair on the top, which he hasn't had in years, and he doesn't have any on the sides either. So I had thought that radiation did it. But as it turns out, no, his hair grew all back except for the top, right? So all the sides and the back. And now on top of that, he's cutting his hair, right, to like the skin. And then when he turns around to walk away, he's got like a whole patch of hair right in the middle, you know, like a big mohawk. And then I turned to my mom, I'm like, why would you let him walk out that? Well, he hasn't asked. I was just like, what? So if he starts walking out in his underwear, you're going to let him go?
Oh my God.
Well, he really didn't ask if he was missing anything.
Nah, she said he's not going to be going out in public. But also, he's been wearing hats.
Yeah. Well, that was my thing, right? All of a sudden, he had taken off his hat or whatever, and then I realized, oh my gosh, you really have no hair.
I haven't seen him without a hat in forever.
I know.
But apparently, he's got some issues with the hats, though.
Yeah, they're all too big. Because now he cut all his hair, and now he has no hat that fits him.
That's right. And we also have a funny clip about that, too, about the hats. Because one thing kind of unfolds into another.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's a whole discussion about his hats. So. What are you laughing at?
The whole night.
This is one of the funniest dinners we've had in a long time, wouldn't you say? It was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But some of it I'm saving for another day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here is the clip with us talking about Al's hats. You got to hear what Lita has to say. It's so funny.
Can you order me some cups?
A cap? Pero si tienes
cap like what?
tanto.
Y que no,
He's asking Ron to get
they're
him some
too
hats.
big.
And they're too
You
big.
know what I mean?
Pues deja crecer el pelo y luego ya lo lleno.
Grow your hair, and then it won't be so big.
He's starting to on the back. That's why he did it.
No.
She's got a point.
Pero si...
Oh, okay. So wait.
So what she's saying here, right? She's saying, wait, no. Don't have Ron buy you caps just because the ones you currently have are too big and whatnot. And then in another breath, she says, no. You're not buying caps. You have caps in the laundry room. You have caps stacked in your closet. You have caps hanging on hooks in the, wherever in this closet. You don't need any more caps. And my dad says, but they don't fit.
right.
And I'm trying to get rid of them. And she says, no, you don't need any more. And she goes, you need to throw them out if you're going to get new ones. And he's just like, that's what I just said. That's what she's saying when you're listening here.
There is one really funny part. Let me roll the clip.
In the door, in the laundry room.
I'm going to throw them
The
out.
whole door.
I'm going to throw them out.
No, give them to Ken.
What?
Ken will wear them.
No, he's got like 100 hats.
Yes, tiene como
Bobby.
They're too
two
big.
dozens of cats hanging on that
Is it cats? Or cats?
caps.
Oh, I thought you said cats.
Did you cats?
I thought you said you had dozens of cats hanging in the
No,
closet.
caps.
That's a good thing.
Ron and I were both like, did she say cat or cap?
I know. I don't know why she calls it cap. Because usually she will err on the side of caution
Right.
and just go with another word.
Well, she
and
did.
usually hat.
She did.
It'd
Listen.
be weird if they were cats.
In the back of that door in the laundry, lines and lines hanging. In your closet, more caps.
I think, yeah, she said caps. I
Meow.
thought she said caps.
So, how many hats
See,
They don't
need?
fit
Lee,
anymore.
it's just a few fit
Pero
me.
si tiene
see, she switches to hats.
Yeah. And she's not listening. So he has said, I'm going to throw them out. I'm going to throw them out. I'm going to throw them out. And then she's like, but he's got so many hats. And she's got so many hats. And he's saying, but Lee, they're too big. I'm going to throw them out. And then finally she'll say, wait, well, you need to throw them out. And my dad's like, oh my God. Yes, I'm going to throw, oh, okay. You know, at the end. And you're just like, wow.
Entertainment. So much entertainment.
Well,
Doesn't get any better than that. Happy
I know.
Valentine's Day, listener.
happy Valentine's. We do the,
Oh, yeah. Oh, we love you.
we
Yes.
love you.
We love you. We hate you. We love you. We hate you. We love you. Well, listener, it looks like Al ended up on the bottom of the totem pole after all. Who didn't see that one coming, huh? Here I thought we were going to have a tender moment to share, but nope. It got squashed under a pile of hats. Finally, I'd like to give a shout out to Walmart and Captain and Tennille. A Walmart wedding chapel with a 70s playlist on the intercom could be a real moneymaker for both of you. I'm just saying. On a more serious note, I would like to take a moment to say that we do know here at Everyday Macaroni, the podcast, that addiction is not a joke. It's a serious problem that many people struggle with, and we hope anyone who is fighting that battle gets the help they need to not only survive, but thrive. Also, we can only joke about the situation that my dad experienced because it turned out well. However, the moral of this story is, if you have elderly loved ones who live by themselves, make sure you're checking on them. Make sure you are looking in on them and paying attention to what they're doing. Do everything you can to keep them safe, healthy, and well. It'll make every difference in their life and yours. This Valentine's Day special is dedicated to the memory of Beamer Connell. Thanks for all the licks, buddy. You are loved, and you will be sorely missed. This has been a public service announcement from the American Denture Society reminding you not to share your teeth with your spouse. I hope you enjoyed listening and sharing a laugh or two with us. Stay tuned for more Everyday Macaroni adventures on future podcast episodes. And if you want to see some pictures of us, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching @Everyday Macaroni or #Everyday Macaroni. And now you can also watch us on YouTube. Just search Everyday Macaroni and our new channel will pop up. If you want to shop for some fun macaroni merch, head over to everydaymacaroni.com. Don't forget, if you have a blended family story to share, email us at info@everydaymacaroni.com and put the word share in the subject line. You can also call us on our macaroni fun phone at 919-729-2043. Your story might end up on a future episode, and how fun would that be? Super fun. Finally, don't forget to give us a good review and download your favorite episodes. A share would be nice too. The more interaction we get for the podcast, the more episodes we can post. Again, thanks for listening, and join us for the next episode of
Every day.